Was Rematch a success? Well, today I'm going to answer that question by going over some stats that were just released from Slowclap in terms of the player numbers, some stats from in-game, and what their priorities are from launch onwards. So let's jump into the first thing, which is just the other day, Slowclap confirmed that 3 million individual players have played Rematch so far, which is a huge achievement for Slowclap. Congrats to them on hitting 3 million players. That is absolutely massive. And alongside this stat, they released some other in-game stats to go along with it. For those keeping score, that's 11.8 million matches played, 55.6 million goals scored, 33.5 million assists, and 69.1 million saves. Also, just want to point out that the assists being much lower than the goals scored is kind of crazy. That just shows you that some individual goals are definitely at play, some egoists are definitely at play in Rematch. I've definitely encountered a few of them, and I will admit sometimes I have an individual performance that maybe I probably shouldn't have, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. As long as y'all are passing the ball, it's okay. But these numbers are huge. Compared to the beta, this is massive. The last beta weekend got 1.9 million players. So for Rematch to hit 3 mil on its launch, not even a week into its full release, is actually really positive. Launch came with some issues though. There were plenty of matchmaking issues, connectivity issues, lag, desync, and a few bugs to boot. Personally, I experienced the matchmaking issue the most, to the point where it was quite hard to play the game for a long amount of time to motivate myself to keep playing, because without a sort of goal for me to meet, like for example right now my goal is to hit platinum. I am struggling. I was 2 games away and then I fell all the way back down to gold div 3. Some of it was my fault, some of it was not, but that's another issue. But yeah, those matchmaking issues to begin with were humongously detrimental to the game and my personal motivation to keep playing the game for a long amount of time during sessions. But kudos to Slowclap, they fixed that issue pretty swiftly. I'd say it was Saturday or Sunday they fixed the issue, and now I just get ranked matches like no tomorrow. I just can seamlessly transition into ranked matches. I'm not queuing for a long amount of time at all, and it's going to be an even bigger boon when the game gets crossplay. Those queue times are going to go drastically down even further, and that is a high priority for Slowclap right now. Crossplay is the highest priority. In terms of what they've got planned for the future of Rematch, crossplay is obviously at the top. We understand many of you were looking forward to playing Rematch across platforms from day one. We did our utmost to include crossplay at launch, but Rematch is the studio's first crossplay title, and we faced unforeseen technical complexities which prevented us from having this feature ready in time. And a game like this especially needs crossplay, so I understand that this being their highest priority is expected, especially from the community. Crossplay was an expected feature to come with launch. I don't blame Slowclap for not having it ready in time. They're quite a small team, and like they said, this is their first crossplay title. It's their first sports game. It's a game that probably surpassed all their expectations in terms of its popularity for them, so they're gonna have some bumps, and this is one of them. But they've been fixing bugs, they've fixed the matchmaking, they've fixed server issues quite swiftly, so I can't imagine that crossplay will take too long. In their plans, they mentioned the lag and performance, the desynchronization, and the bugs and stability of the game. Like I said, a lot of that is fixed. There's still some issues, but they're tackling those really quickly. So the game, honestly, for me, has been really solid since they've fixed matchmaking. I haven't really had any issues when it comes to desync or bugs. In terms of features and future updates for the game, they had this to say. In the coming months, we'll be looking into a variety of topics, improving the sliding tackle, tweaks to goalkeeper mechanics, to the dribbling system, to wall contacts. These are still to be confirmed, and naturally we will take into account community feedback in our roadmap. Our general objective is to keep adding depth and granularity to our mechanics to make the game as interesting as possible in a competitive environment. As we move forward, we will deploy test servers so that we can try out new features and improvements in a live environment in order to gather feedback from our community before deploying on the main game. So there will be some tweaks to the general gameplay mechanics of the game. Out of all the things they've listed here so far, the wall contact stuff is the only one that I can see maybe needing a change. The ball does deaden quite a lot on a wall, so maybe adding a bit more bounce to it when it bounces off a wall might be a good change, but like they said, they'll test these out and we'll see for ourselves whether they are actually good changes or not. Beyond improvements to core gameplay, they are also currently designing a tournament system, a leaderboard system for players above elite ranking, as well as a club creation system to provide more variety in the competitive experience. Personally, I love that they're looking into a tournament system and a club creation system. Those are the two things I wanted the most out of Rematch. I thought to begin with we would have had some kind of club creation system. In a lot of the promotional images, you can see a crest on the players, and I thought there was going to be at least some crest customization when it comes to your kit, but that will probably come with the club creation system. The tournament system, I'm really looking forward to. Some knockout stage football would be really, really solid and create such a really good competitive scene for the game. Already some tournaments being hosted by the community are being organized with money prize pools and such, so really, really cool to see this kind of stuff come to the game. They also want to add spectating your squads game when you join a squad, allowing players to team up and rematch with teammates they enjoyed playing with, and more. When it comes to the casual play features, they want to add new quick play modes and a rotating game mode queue, and they are also going to work on implementing AI controlled bots so that players are able to train with and against AIs in workshops or in dedicated game modes. I think this is going to be quite a big feature for those that are wanting to get really good at the game, but also those that maybe are feeling a little behind in terms of the skill level. Maybe they're struggling in a ranked game mode or just even the normal quick play features. So having an AI mode might help with those more casual players. But for me, the online competitive scene is the most intriguing to me, so I'm going to keep playing ranked. I'm definitely going to look into this tournament stuff when it comes out. Very much looking forward to all of this. But of course, it will take time. Like I said, they're quite a small team, so don't expect a lot of these features anytime soon. If I was to take a guess, maybe the club creation system and crossplay would be the first two things to come to the game. Crossplay we might get next month, whereas club creation and tournament stuff we might not expect until August, September, if I was to take a guess at an early date, but it could be even later than that. But honestly, Slowclap have been really positive with the community. They've been responding to a lot of messages in the Discord. They have excellent ways of communicating with them, suggesting new features, reporting bugs, issues that you might have with the game. They're really transparent about all of this stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to Rematch's future. So was the game a success? I would say yes, very much so. This game is a phenomenal sports game. It's probably the best sports game we've had in over 10 years, and it can only get better from here. Long as they keep the player base occupied, which they definitely will. The ranked game mode already, I think, is a great way to keep retention. They have some of the past stuff, which they've said is to keep retention. That's why it's got a time on it. For example, the qualifier stuff doesn't unlock for like 14, 15 more days. That's to keep players in the game so that they keep coming back for the past stuff, for the customization stuff. But I'll be honest, when all that stuff comes out, because I've played the game so much, I'm accumulating a lot of those points that I need for the past to unlock all those customization options. So I'll be able to unlock most of them, if not all of them, all in one go. But I'm going to keep playing Rematch. I'm going to keep making content on Rematch. So if you like this video, give it a like. Comment down below what you've enjoyed most about Rematch's launch. What are you most looking forward to in terms of new features and updates for the game? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe for more Rematch content. Also, if you're interested in buying the game, please use my affiliate link in the description. It will help me out and the devs out a lot. Become a member today if you want to support me in another way. We get latest videos and live streams. And thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.